Before the laughter, before the white wigs and parody fame, before the box office numbers lit up his name, there was a kid from the Fulton houses in Manhattan, the youngest of 10, chasing dreams between concrete walls and cracked ceilings. Marlon Wayans was born July 23, 1972 in New York City. The last child of Howell and Elvira Wayans. His father, a supermarket manager, his mother, a homemaker with a heart like sunlight after rain. Together they raised 10 children in a 2-bedroom apartment where the floor creaked under dreams too big for the room. They called their father an entrepreneur. He didn't have much, but he had drive, and that drive became the family legacy. From the beginning, Marlon was always surrounded by voices, bold, comedic, fearless. Keenan, the visionary, Damon, the performer, Kim, the fire, Sean, his shadow and mirror. Each sibling carving a path into entertainment, each one teaching the next that funny could be powerful, that humor could be armor in a world that often didn't want to see you smile. At LaGuardia High School of Music and Art, the same school that gave the world Nicki Minaj, Al Pacino, Jennifer Aniston, a young Marlon began to find his stage. He wasn't just a class clown. He was an observer. He studied how people moved, how they broke, how they healed through laughter. At 16, he got his first taste of the screen, a small role in his brother Keenan's film. 1998's I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. It was a satire, a parody of the blaxploitation era, but for Marlon, it was prophecy. That movie would become the blueprint for the Wayans' future. Family made, low budget, wildly funny, and secretly brilliant. In 1990, Marlon left New York for Washington, D.C., enrolling at Howard University, a young man armed with ambition, jokes, and a taste for something bigger. But while he was sitting in class, his brothers were sitting in writers' rooms. In living color, the sketch comedy phenomenon created by Keenen Ivory Wayans was taking over television. Jim Carrey, Jamie Foxx, Damon Wayans, all family, all rising. And when your whole family is breaking through Hollywood's walls, it's hard to stay in the classroom staring at bricks. So Marlon did what he was born to do. He dropped out, packed his humor, and joined the revolution his family started. By the mid-1990s, Marlon and his brother Sean had their own show, The Wayans Brothers. It was funny, chaotic, and deeply personal. Two brothers from Harlem, hustling in New York City. It wasn't just a sitcom, it was a reflection. Running from 1995 to 1999, the Wayans brothers captured Black joy, family love, and that hustle energy that defined a generation. For Marlon, it was proof that his comedic instincts weren't just inherited, they were earned. Then came 2000, a year that would change everything. Marlon and his brothers created Scary Movie, a fearless parody of the horror genre, flipping the formula, calling out the tropes, and making people howl in theaters worldwide. The movie cost $19 million to make. It earned over $150 million, and it made history, becoming the highest grossing film ever directed by an African American, Keenen Ivory Wayans. The success didn't stop there. Sequels followed. Scary Movie 2, 3, 4, and alongside his brother Sean, Marlon built a brand of comedy that was outrageous, fearless, and culturally sharp. From White Chicks to Little Man to Dance Flick, the Wayans were the kings of parody, taking Hollywood stereotypes and flipping them into punchlines that hit deeper than most realized. But Marlon Wayans was never just a joke. In 2000, the same year he made Scary Movie, he starred in Requiem for a Dream, as a heroin addict named Tyrone. The performance shocked people. Gone were the laughs, replaced with pain, vulnerability, and depth. Critics took notice. It was a reminder that Marlon's foundation wasn't just comedy, it was craft. He once said, "I went to a performing arts high school. I am trained in drama. I just happen to be funny." In 2004, he shared the screen with Tom Hanks in The Lady Killers, proving again that humor and heart could live side by side in the same performer. In 2025, Marlon Wayans took a sharp turn, one that few expected. No wigs, no punchlines, just shadows, temptation, and the quiet echo of a deal with the devil. The film is called Him, a psychological horror from Universal Pictures about a rookie quarterback, played by Tariq Withers, who dreams of greatness, and the mentor who offers him everything he's ever wanted. Wayans plays the mentor, a once legendary athlete turned coach. At first, he's magnetic, a man who seems to believe in the young player's rise, but slowly something shifts. The warmth fades, the eyes darken, and the question begins to burn. Is he the devil himself? Or something worse? Marlon said, "No, I think I'm just one of the people that the devil uses to entice those who sell their soul." Him isn't just about the devil, it's about choice. Every whisper, every compromise, every moment when desire outweighs conscience. Marlon says, the devil exists every day. At least 20 times a day, you're faced with God or the devil. Everything you do is a choice. In him, Marlon channels something deeper than fear. He channels his grief, the loss of his mother, Elvira, the passing of close friends, the weight of time itself pressing against his heart. Marlon says, "I've been dodging depression for 3 years. I lost my mama, and ain't no pain like that." When asked if that loss shaped his acting, his answer was raw. Marlon says, "Yes, I used to have to manufacture tears. Now, I don't have to think, it's right there, right behind my eyes." For decades, Marlon Wayans made the world laugh, but in him, he makes it listen. He became the devil's advocate, not for shock, but for truth. To show how darkness can live inside light, and how faith, even when shaken, still whispers through the noise. Off screen, Marlon's greatest roles weren't in film, they were in life. With his longtime partner, Angelica Zachary, he raised 2 children, a son, Sean, and a daughter, Amai. Even in interviews, you can hear it, the balance of love, laughter, and lessons that keep him grounded. He said, "People think I'm crazy all the time, but I'm happy to do what I love and do it with who I love." And when asked about taking direction from his older brothers, he just laughed. "They've been telling me what to do my whole life, but at least I'm getting paid for it now." From the projects of Manhattan to the stages of Hollywood, Marlon Wayans' journey is a story of persistence, laughter, and family. A story about turning struggle into art, pain into parody, and a small apartment full of noise into a legacy that reshaped American comedy. In every laugh, in every spoof, every character that's too ridiculous to be real, there's truth. The truth of a boy who grew up surrounded by dreamers, who learned that humor can heal, and who never stopped creating, because Marlon Wayans' comedy isn't just performance, it's survival. From the Fulton Projects to film history, Marlon Wayans didn't just follow his family's footsteps. He danced, sprinted, and laughed his way into a legend.